So today is one of those days where the video you're about to see is not the one I had originally planned. It's not the one I'd kind of story carded out. You could call that a script, not really, but it's not the one I was going to cover. Let's just put it in those terms. Today we were going to talk about antitrust cases and some that are coming up, it's some that have recently happened, and the effects of that and why they're occurring. But that's out the window now, so that one goes away, and we talk about a new one. Well, here's what happened. Viacom finally sold Simon Schuster, and for a surprising amount too. Let's check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, hiss and foes, welcome to the Culture Casino.
It's not a surprise that this sale actually happened, or as Bob Backus would like to have you believe, an auction of sorts, which I guess is true enough, although nobody was showing up with piles of cash, at least not the amount that they were hoping for, until the latest player showed up, Bertelsmann. Bertelsmann is giving CBS, ViacomCBS, however you want to say that, they're giving them $2.175 billion in cash, which is a lot of money, especially normally when you do something like this, there's other elements of a financial transaction, not cash. ViacomCBS desperately needs that cash. They need it for a lot of reasons because they promised the government that they were going to pay down their debt. They hadn't been able to do that over the course of the last year for obvious reasons that all of us are suffering with, unless you happen to be one of the major tech companies. Anyway, I digress. The publisher, Simon & Schuster, is going to be shed now to the parent company of Random House, which is Bertelsmann. ViacomCBS gets $2.175 billion, which will help pay down the aforementioned debt, but they're also going to be shoving money towards their investors in the form of dividends and things like that, which I think is not a good strategy. And it's probably not technically in line with what they told the federal government that they were going to do. Now, the company Penguin Random House, which is going to be essentially the publisher at this point of the Simon & Schuster brand, actually works with about 320 publishers around the world. They're a big company. It's huge. I mean, Bertelsmann owns a lot, and that actually includes music publishers and other entities that you would be familiar with. They're going to close this deal sometime in 2021. Until that point, ViacomCBS is still on the hook for running Simon & Schuster. Now, they would have you believe that they had serious interest from News Corp and from Vivendi, which may have been true. I don't believe so. But they certainly weren't willing to offer the same amount of cash as Bertelsmann. I cannot say that name right now. Bertelsmann. Thank you. Anyway, they weren't. They certainly weren't in a position to offer nearly as much cash. So obviously, you sell to the highest bidder. Now, they'd say that all of the bids were due by Thanksgiving. Well, guess what? Tomorrow is. So here we are on the cusp of the close of a deal to get rid of an underperforming asset for one company to bolster another. And maybe this wasn't a day I abandoned the idea of antitrust at all. In fact, I would say that my concern here is that now a publishing company, which is massive and controls a huge part of the market, just became more massive. Maybe that just concerns me. But Simon & Schuster is a huge brand. They actually came together to publish the very first crossword book. There's there's a lot to be said for a company that was founded in 1924. They have a huge number of folks that they've worked with. They have a portfolio of authors that include Stephen King. So they were the folks that published things like Catch-22 and the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, the Bertelsmann chairman, his name is Thomas Rabe, has called the purchase another strategic milestone in strengthening the company's global content businesses. And of course, as I mentioned, they also own BMG and Fremantle TV. They were originally founded in Germany as a religious books publisher, believe it or not. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this. The amount of money that this company invests in actual publishing and publishing rights and things like that is about $7 billion a year. So it's not a small company. The investment side of things says that this is a good deal because of its trading multiples beyond its EBITDA, for those of you that understand the financial terms. I think that this will be fine, but I think it's going to lead to a loss of employment for many folks, just like any of these mergers or acquisitions usually do. Mergers of equals usually result in a reduction of redundancy. An acquisition made in this way usually leads to a lot of folks losing their jobs. Anyway, just an interesting story for the day. The price tag is well beyond the expectations of Wall Street and mine as well. The amount of $2.175 billion is far more than the other two companies were likely to be offering, and nobody anticipated this thing rising to even $2 billion. At least not me and many of the other folks that were talking about it early on. So I guess sometimes if you want something, you're willing to overpay. But as far as the Simon & Schuster deal, it just needs a little bit of approval along the way, and they're done. And you know what's working in ViacomCBS's favor is the fact that they made a deal with the government to cut loose things that, didn't feed their core business, which I would argue Simon & Schuster did, because it gives you access to stories that you can turn into television and movie products. But hey, what do I know? Anyway, just a real quick story to run over something I thought was surprising in one way and not surprising in another as far as antitrust goes. Be sure to check out other independent creators here on YouTube, because obviously we don't have an industry that backs us. We need the support of folks like you, which we absolutely, truly do appreciate. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course. Here in the United States, if you're celebrating the holiday, I hope it's a great one for you and yours. And be sure to take care of everybody there. Your family and friends are very important, so value them highly in times like these. And until next time, bye.
Oops, quick programming note. Many of your favorite YouTube channels are likely in the midst of a schedule preemption because of the American holiday known as Thanksgiving. Please be certain to check the community tabs on the individual channels that you enjoy, as likely their streaming or video release schedule will be posted there. As for this channel, tomorrow, Thursday, the show that is normally hosted here, La Gaming Lounge, every third week, will be preempted until next Thursday, where it will appear on Kai MFS's channel. Also, another further programming note, starting next Thursday, this channel will go on the road to Walt Disney World with updates from the theme parks and hotels, and all the amazing decorations that are happening in all of those locations. Be sure to check in here and on the community tab for all current and future channel happenings. If you celebrate this holiday here in the United States as Thanksgiving, we hope that you have a happy and healthy holiday with your friends and family. Again, thank you all for watching, and have a great day. Hey there, one last quick note before I let you go, and before we make it to the end of this video. I, CultureCasino, have a brand new Teespring store. That's right, you can now go to Teespring, look up CultureCasino, or use the link in the video below, and pick out some handsome and beautiful Culture Casino merchandise with many different designs and styles and colors, many different items. I was actually surprised at all of the things that you could create, and I have some more designs and items on the way here shortly. But, if you want to support the channel in that way, there is some merch. Otherwise, here comes the ending. Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.